Hi everyone, welcome back to a new tutorial video where I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to cut and sew this beautiful waistcoat blouse. I decided to recreate mine using this beautiful army green fabric, and this was the final look of the one I made. So if you're interested in seeing how I went about the pattern drafting, the cutting and the sewing, keep on watching and let's get started. For the making of that blouse, these are the materials I'm going to be making use of. I'm going to be using this army green crepe fabric. So what I have here is about 1.5 yards. It is a thick crepe fabric, okay? Then I'll be using this brown fabric for the lining. I couldn't get exactly the same color as my crepe, so I just bought what I could find for the lining. Then you're also going to be needing stay. So this is called the stay. I'm going to be ironing it to both the main fabric and also to the lining. So these ones here are called shoulder pad. I wanted to put shoulder pad in my blouse, but I ended up not using it. I felt like it's going to be too bulky at the shoulder area, so I ended up not using the shoulder pad. So these are the materials I'm going to be making use of, guys, and here are the body measurements I'm going to be using for the drafting of the pattern. Now to draft the pattern, the first thing you're going to do is to roll out your starting line, and at the edge here you're going to mark 1 inch all the way to the end. So this 1 inch that will mark out is going to be for the button allowance. So after rolling it out, go ahead and label it the button allowance. Remember that the front has button, okay? So after you are done doing that, now you place your tape on the shoulder line. You're going to measure down to your bust line, the waistline and the length of the top. Come forward here to mark the same thing, the bust line, the waistline and the length of your top. After doing that, you're going to connect with your straight ruler just like this. After you're done doing that, guys, you come to the shoulder area here. Make sure that your tape is starting from this line, okay? You're going to take your shoulder measurement divided by 2. From that mark, you're going to come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Here, you're going to take your standard neck width of 3 inches. Then go ahead to connect your shoulder slope just like that. Now, you're going to be coming down for the armhole depth. And to do that, you're going to divide your round bust measurement by 6. You add 1.5. And whenever I do the calculation, I have 7.5. So I marked it. Then I'm going to connect it out just like this. After doing that, label all the lines. So here's the chest line, the bust line, the waistline, the hip line, also known as the full length of the blouse. Now on this line, you're going to divide what you have into 2 to get the midpoint. From that point, you will go in by 0.75 inch. And on the chest line, you take your round bust measurement divided by 4 plus half inch. So my bust is 36 divided by 4, that's 9 plus half inch. I marked 9.5. I'm going to go ahead to connect the armhole just like this. The reason why I added half inch to my bust measurement divided by 4 is to create room for ease so that the top will not be too tight, okay? Now you're going to divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2. You're going to take it on the bust line. So take your nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 on the bust line, on the waistline and also on the last line. After you are done marking, you're going to connect with your straight ruler just like this. After you are done doing that, now you're going to come to the waistline. You're going to be taking half inch on both sides of this line that we have here. So mark half inch on both sides, and here you come down by half inch, and at the end here you're going to go up by 2.5 inches. After you are done making those marks, you're going to go ahead to, rule out your dart. So just go ahead and connect your dart to meet that point, just the way you see me doing. Can you see? So this is how you are going to connect your dart. After you are done connecting the dart, this is what you have. Now you're going to divide what you have on this armhole curve. So measure what you have. You're going to divide it into 2. So when you divide it into 2, half of it, you're going to measure it down. You mark half of it. So from that mark, you place your curve ruler. You're going to be connecting to meet that line. So connect to meet the bust line just like that. Now we are going to be taking that on this side. So mark half inch on both sides of this line that we have here. You're going to be connecting it to meet the bust line as well. So just use your curve ruler to connect the dart to blend with the bust line the way you see me doing. After doing that, this is what we have. Now, because of this dart that we took here, we have to extend this line out, because if we don't do that, this side will be shorter than the center, okay? So you measure what you have here, which is 1 inch. You're going to be going out by that same 1 inch. Then you use your ruler to connect the line out. So just rule it out. Now here, you're also going to be going out by the same 1 inch. Then now you're going to use your curve ruler to create a new armhole connecting those 2 points. So create a new armhole like this. Now this is the new armhole. So the previous armhole, you mark it out. We are no longer going to be cutting it. Okay, it's time to take the round body measurement. So we already have our bust measurements divided by 4 plus all the dart. You come to the waist, take your round waist measurement divided by 4 plus ½ inch. Remember that ½ inch is to create room for ease. Okay, so you're going to measure the dart and you add it to it as well. You come to the hip line, take your hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra ½ inch to create room for ease. So after you are done doing that, you're going to go ahead to connect to give you your body shape. So after doing that, this is what we have. At the end here, go up by ½ inch. Then you're going to blend it out just like this so that the end will not be too sharp. So here I'm going to be adding 1 inch to the side here, which is going to be for the sewing allowance. So just mark it, then go ahead to connect with your marker just like this. So after you are done connecting, so just connect the end with your marker as well. So guys, this is what you're going to have. So I'm just going to shade out all the parts that we are going to be cutting off, all the darts. Go ahead and shade them out, okay? Now it's time to create the neckline. So for the neck width, we already have our neck width of 3 inches. And for the neck depth, I'm going to be coming down by 6.5 inches. So if you don't want your neck to be too deep, you can use 5.5 or 6 inches. For my case, I made use of 6.5 inches. So after I'm done marking, and here I'm going to be going out by 4 inches for the neck width here. So I'll just go out by 4 inches here. Then I'm going to connect a straight line out just like this. Then I will use my curve ruler to connect from that point to meet the shoulder. So the neck looks like a Queen Anne neckline, sort of. So that's how the neck looks like. So this is how the neck should look like after you are done, creating it. So guys, this is it. Now the last thing we are going to do is to create that V cut at the end. Okay, from the waistline I'll come down by 1.5 inches. So after I'm done marking, at the end here I'm going to go in by 2 inches. So I'm just going to use my straight ruler to connect from that mark to meet this other mark. So after you're done connecting, just roll it out like this. You're going to mark it out because we are going to be cutting it off. Now it's time to cut, guys, and I'm going to be cutting along all the blue marker lines that I have. Okay, before we do that, I will label it the center front and the side front. So watch very carefully how I'm cutting it so that you don't cut the wrong part. Okay. After you are done cutting it out, guys, this is what you're going to have. So this is it for the drafting and the cutting of the front part. Now I'm going to place them aside. We go ahead to draft out the back. So for the drafting of the back piece, place your tape on the starting line. You're going to mark the bust line, the waistline, and the full length of the top. So come forward here to mark the same thing, the bust line, the waistline, and the full length of the top. After marking, you're going to connect with your straight ruler. So this is a repetition of what we did before when we were drafting the front. You label it the shoulder line, the bust line, the waistline, the hip line stroke the full length. Okay, after doing that, on the shoulder line, take your shoulder measurement divided by 2, come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, take the neck width of 3 inches. So the same thing we use for the front. Then go ahead to connect your shoulder slope just like that. Here you're going to come down by your round bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5. For my case, it is 7.5. So connect it out and label it the chest line. Now divide what you have on this line into 2. From that mark, go in by ½ inch. On the bust line, go ahead and take your bust measurement divided by 4 plus extra ½ inch. Then use your curve ruler to create the armhole curve the way you see me doing. So after you are done doing that, you're going to divide your nipple to nipple measurement into two. Then you take it on the bust line, on the waistline, and also on the full length line. So after you are done marking, you're going to roll a straight line down just like this. At the waist area here, you're going to be taking the dart ½ inch on both sides of this line. After marking, at the end, go up by 2.5, the same thing we did for the front. And here, you are not going to be coming down here by ½ inch because this is the back. So just go ahead and connect your dart to meet the bust line just like that. So after you are done connecting, guys, this is what you're going to have. Now the next thing you're going to do is to connect a curve from here all the way to meet the bust line. So just make use of that point that you have there, then connect it down just like that. We are not going to be creating any dart here because this is the back piece. It does not need dart at the side there. Now it's time to take the round body measurement, and at the chest line we already have our round bust measurement divided by 4 plus ½ inch. You come to the waistline, take your waist measurement divided by 4 plus ½ inch, measure the dart, you're going to add it. Then you come to the hip line, take your round hip measurement divided by 4 plus ½ inch. There's no dart there, so just go ahead and use your ruler to connect to give you your body shape. After you are done connecting, at the end here, go up by ½ inch, just the same thing we did for the front. Then you're going to blend it out just like that. So guys, after doing that, you're going to be adding the extra 1 inch to the side, which is going to be for the sewing allowance. So just add extra 1 inch, then go ahead to connect with your marker as well. So after you are done connecting, so just blend out all these lines. I'm going to be using my blue marker to mark out all these areas so I know where I'm going to be cutting when it's time to cut. Now the next thing we are going to do is to reduce zipper bulge, and on the waistline you're going to be going in here by ½ inch. So go in by ½ inch, and at the end here you're going to go up by 2.5 inches. So you're going to be using your ruler to connect to meet the bust line there. So just connect it like this, then you connect to meet this point. So connect from here to meet that point that you went up by. So we are going to shade it out because we are going to be cutting it off. So guys, after doing that, we are going to be creating another dart at the waistline. To do that, from the waistline you're going to go out by 0.3 inch on both sides of the line that you have here. 0.3 inch, it is not up to ½ inch. So just go out by 0.3 inch on both sides. Then you're going to connect to meet this part here. Can you see what I'm doing? So just connect it to meet the side there. After you are done connecting like that, you're going to shade it out because we are going to be cutting it off as well. So just go ahead and shade out all the areas we are going to be cutting off. Now the last thing to do is to create the neckline. So here we have our neck width of 3 inches. You're going to come down by 1 inch for the neck depth. You can choose to use 1.5 if you want to. Then go ahead to create the small round neckline with your curve ruler. After you are done doing that, this is it for the drafting of the back piece. Now we are going to be closing off the dart that we have at the waist area. So just cut your pattern open like that. Then go ahead and place it on each other to cover up that dart. Can you see? Place it on each other and cover up the dart. Then tape it down with your tape. After you are done doing that, this is what you are going to have, guys. We have successfully closed up the waist dart. Now it's time to cut, so just go ahead and cut along all the marker lines just the way you see me doing. After you are done cutting it out, this is what you're going to have. I'm just going to use my curve ruler to blend out this part because I don't want it to be looking sharp. This is the back piece, so it's not supposed to be looking too curvy or sharp. So just blend it out if you have it to be looking curvy like that. Then go ahead to label the center back and the side back. So this is it for the drafting of the pattern. So these are the two back pieces, and we also have the two front pieces. So here are the two front pieces. Now these patterns is what I'm going to be using to cut on my fabric, the crepe fabric and the lining fabric. But before we do that, I'm going to iron my hair stay to both my crepe and my lining fabric before we go ahead to cut. Okay, so I'm done ironing hair stay to my fabric. Can you see? Iron hair stay to the wrong side of your fabric. So after doing that, now I'm going to fold my crepe fabric together into two. So I'll just go ahead and fold it together into two like this. After you're done folding, then you arrange it up on the table just like this. Can you see my fabric is folded into two? Now I'm going to bring my patterns. I'm going to go ahead and pin my pattern down to my fabric. So just go ahead and pin down your pattern papers to your fabric. Make sure you give space so that you'll be able to add sewing allowance. Now you're going to go ahead to cut. As you are cutting, make sure to give it 1/2 inch sewing allowance all around. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? So just make sure to give 1/2 inch sewing allowance all around while you are cutting. So guys, after you are done cutting it out, this is what you're going to have. I went ahead to also place it on my lining fabric to cut the lining pieces as well. Can you see? As for the center front, I used the crepe to cut the lining fabric. This is because this is the center front and it is going to be the front part. So if you have enough crepe fabric, go ahead and use it. And as for the side front, you can see I use my lining fabric to cut lining for the side front, and you can see I added 1/2 inch all around. At the end here 1 inch, but all the other side I added 1/2 inch all around it. At the end of this one as well 1 inch. So that is what you're going to do. So that is it for the front. And as for the back piece, I did the same thing. So for the back pieces, I used my lining fabric to cut lining for both the two back pieces, and I added 1/2 inch all around. At the end 1 inch. So these are the pieces I'm going to be joining together in our next tutorial to make this beautiful waistcoat blouse. Do well to subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that when the video drops you will be notified. Thank you so much guys for watching. I will see you all in my next one.